What's up guys, Pavel Barber here. Easy Ice just sent me this backyard rink setup system. We got all the stuff here. The beauty of this system that we're going to find out pretty soon is it is stakeless, so you don't need to hammer in those stakes to the ground. It goes by this strap system. It says you can do it in 60 minutes. I'm not a smart individual, so if I can do it in 60 minutes, you definitely can. So let's get started.
These are, yes, 5 feet.
Yep. 5 feet. They got handles on them. Not bad.
So definitely important to lay it out beforehand, I think.
Oh,
before you start putting them all together.
Yeah.
So I think the most important thing, and I say this because I'm a professor at Humber College.
Yeah.
The most important thing when you put this thing together is that you study math.
Learn to count to 10 and 5.
Math skills are at least in 85. What did you have growing up?
Oh, bud. My math? 70s. Low 70s. That was the teacher being generous. I think I passed the course once because they just wanted me out of the class. Alright, so this is where the magic happens. These are the connecting pieces here that you don't need stakes for. They got the strap system. What we're going to do here, we're going to easily just slide it in just like that. Nice and simple. Doesn't take much time. And then we're just going to drive in this connecting piece here with the straps. So we just put that in right at the connecting point there. Nice and easy. And we're gonna do that a lot. Okay, we're gonna do it a lot, but it's a very simple process, really well done. And if you guys have ever dealt with stakes, putting in outdoor rinks, this is a lot quicker and a lot easier. Okay, so these are the corner connecting pieces. You're gonna put these on all 4 corners. So we're just gonna line it up just like that. We're gonna put this through just along the corner there. And this is going to make sure that everything is connected and the corners are staying intact. So again, very easy. You got 4 of these and we'll get rolling, get the rest of this rink rolled out. Let's go. So it looks like we're about halfway done. Would that take us, like 10, 15 minutes? Just to, well, maybe putting it out or whatever. We're at about 15 minutes here. Halfway done. We're just gonna walk you through, come on over here, just how easy this really is. We got a system Satoshi made up and I love it. So Satoshi does all the grunt work. He's a grinder, just like on the ice, you know?
Yeah, you got it.
Puts the connecting piece in there.
But wait, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. We all know that. And I come in and I do all the difficult work. But seriously, like each piece takes like, 10 seconds to do. This thing is super easy. So again, you want to make sure when you're putting these things in, make sure the straps are in here because we're going to need it to put the liner in afterwards. So as you're hooking these red things in, just make sure the straps are visible. Satoshi's just giving us a bit more space, pushing it back. Important to measure before you're doing it. Get some muscles. We're gonna get the hammer out and we're gonna move this damn table. Get it out of the way. So make sure when you're measuring your rink, when you're measuring your backyard, you have to take into account this as well, right? So we got a little bit more space for these holders to keep the boards in place. So as you can see, just going down here, we're pretty much right at the edge here. Okay, this is the maximum space we got, so just make sure you guys take that into account when you're building your rink. It is just frozen solid. He hasn't used it in at least a decade. I'm not sure why he still hasn't. All right, corner piece in. Through the magic of Hollywood, we are shrinking this to a 10 by 4 because that thing is frozen in the ground. When it thaws out, which it will soon here in Toronto, these guys will make it a 10 by 5 there. It's like the pit crew. Boom, boom. Let's go, let's go. Oh yeah. There we go. Boom, oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. A 14-year-old kid had to teach me how to do this, but I'm taking full credit for it. So. Go down. Woo! Done!
Nice.
Ow, my hands! Woo! So there it is. Let's take a little walk through here. Let's see this rink that did not take long. We built it. So now it's time to, I guess, hook up the liner. This is the heavy lifting part. Again, lay the boards out, do your measurements. Of course, make sure that yours is nice and level, but lay the boards out first, make sure you got enough space. Recommend just throwing the red connecting pieces out so you don't have to carry them, just lay them out. And then it's just easy enough to do, just like we were doing as a team, but you can easily do it by yourself. And honestly, it took us half an hour or less just to do this part. You want these sides to be facing in, of course. These show you the maximum fill line for the water. That's the minimum you really want. Okay, so just make sure those are on the insides, and when you are filling up the rink, you want to make sure that the water is staying in between those two markers. Okay, so now we're going to put the support straps in to make sure our liner is nice and flush, and we're getting the tarp on. It's going to lay nice and flat. So really simply, just going to clip it in to the red inserts there, unravel it, walk it across. Ours is going to be a bit longer because, again, we did shorten it because of that frozen table. But yeah, nice and easy. Just clip it in. Oh man. And again, we're gonna do that a lot. So we got our 25s we're gonna be putting across, and we got our 50s that we're gonna be putting across the other way. Let's get to work. So the big thing with these straps is that you wanna tighten them to make sure they're supporting the boards and these connecting pieces, because when you do put the water in, you don't want it to bend over or push the rink outwards, okay? So you do wanna pull these straps. Just make sure they're nice and tight, and that's just going to reinforce the boards and make sure they're nice and strong. Okay, now that we got the straps in, it's time to put on the tarp. This thing looks really durable. You want to be very careful with this. Make sure there's no holes puncturing through this, because once that happens, obviously the water will go right through and you're not going to be able to fill up your rink. So be very careful with this. We got these metal pieces here that we're going to be putting on top in case it gets too windy. That's going to keep the tarp nice and secure. So let's get to work. This is so heavy, but it's in a freeze. You get a free freezer bag. Hey, I think this is actually bigger than you. More practice your hitting. Okay. All right, let's go. So now we got the tarp in, we're going to experiment. We believe that it's going to kind of fan out, so we're trying to put it directly in the middle. As you can see, it kind of opens up like a book, just like that. So we're going to roll it all the way down to the end here. Get down into my deep squat. I just did leg day yesterday, so you know, I'm not as low as I typically get, but still very good. Definitely above average. This is the hardest part, I think. Oh, it's getting lighter. It's getting lighter. Okay. And then this is just gonna come over the top. For those of you who don't read, this is how you open a book. Right? Just like that. Just pull the pages open. Probably should have started at the end. So we're gonna pull this guy off the edge. So it wraps around the boards, just like that. We'll do that first. Open the book. We'll pull one side. Thank God it's not too windy. This would be so hard if it was windy. Boom, boom, boom. This is where it helps to have some help, so we'll maybe get Satoshi at the far side there. Of course you can do this by yourself, but it would be a little bit easier. Here we go. So now that we got our tarp in, it's time to make sure it's going to go nowhere. So now we're going to put these metal pieces to ensure that the wind isn't going to blow this thing away. So what we want to make sure is that the flat piece is on the inside and that rounded piece is just on the outside, and simply just going to clip it in just like that, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to space these out so that they're in line with those red connecting pieces there, okay? All right, so there we go. The Easy Rink is built. Look at this thing. It's beautiful. Land of opportunity right in your backyard. This is sweet. This is definitely a dream of mine. I wish this was my house, but Satoshi said I can come over anytime rent-free. Hey, get out of here. One thing, I first learned about these guys through Martin St. Louis. He was a big fan of these guys, so I had to kind of reach out to him, see what the deal was. Clearly this rink was designed by people who had been through the struggle of making an outdoor backyard rink with the stakes and stuff. This thing just simplified it. It allowed you to adjust based on your measurements. It made everything a whole lot quicker. So if you're deciding whether or not to do it your own versus this, obviously there's a price tag that comes with it. So you gotta ask yourself, what's your time worth? Because this honestly took us an hour, about 60 minutes, 65 minutes there. When I did a backyard rink with the stakes and all that stuff, easily took us 2 hours because you're constantly adjusting the stakes, whether the measurements are off and if the water pools. So we're gonna put the water in, we're gonna let this baby freeze, hopefully get some cold weather here in Toronto. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.
Easy Ice, the 60-minute backyard rink. Easily installs on tennis courts, frozen ground, grass, concrete, or any semi-flat surface. One convenient kit includes everything needed for assembly. No additional tools or materials are required. 5-foot lightweight panels simply snap in place and are supported by strong, durable brackets. The 60-minute backyard rink can be easily installed by anyone. There is no need to pay for costly professional assembly. Easy Ice rink sizes are customizable to fit your backyard. Widths and lengths are available in any increment of 5 feet. Our patent-pending bracket and strap system eliminates the risk of damage to underlying surfaces and buried utilities. Unlike other products, Easy Ice does not require hammering stakes into the ground. In under 60 minutes, your Easy Ice rink will be ready to fill with water. The water self-levels, allowing for terrain differences of up to 1 foot. Our innovative design uses the weight of the water on one side of the rink to help hold up the walls on the opposite side. Easy Ice rinks are self-standing and self-stabilizing. The water freezes, locking and securing the rink walls into place and reducing the time and effort required for assembly. At the end of the season, the rink can be dismantled in minutes and stored in a very compact area, saving you time and money with repeat use from 1 year to the next. Easy Ice. Guaranteed easy, guaranteed fun.